Oh, hello. Whoa, if you're new to the spiritual journey, welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're a beginner and you just had a spiritual awakening, or you're trying to understand why is it that you're being triggered? Why is it that everything is not just love and light? Well, on today's episode, we're going to dive in for just you beginners on understanding how to start doing shadow work and understanding the importance of why shadow work is needed during the spiritual journey. But the best part is, for you beginners, I'm going to teach you the easiest way to how to start implementing shadow work through using your chakra system. And I guarantee you, after this video, once you have harnessed what I'm going to teach you and find your own way to maneuver your own healing processes, I guarantee you this will be the pivotal way to start integrating your shadow and be willing to understand what healing is all about and how to do it for yourself. I just had the most fucking delicious pickle in my life. Yeah, don't judge me. I like pickles. Or I like pineapple on my pizza. You gonna judge? We both need salty and sweetness. The same way on the spiritual journey is not just about light and love. It's about darkness and truth. Other than that, welcome, you beautiful beings. So glad to have you here. Welcome back, AwakenOne, to another episode on Embracing Essential Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I am a shadow integration coach, and I am an intuitive tarot reader. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we've been told. And you know, I've been gaining so much spiritual nuggets and wisdom throughout my healing journey that I know it needs to be shared with others who may need to hear this. So on today's episode, I'm so excited. I don't know why I'm led to do this video, but I know there's a lot of people having spiritual awakenings. This world is going through massive transformations in the collective consciousness, which is requiring our souls tired of the ego's demands, and it's ready to be expressed. It's ready to soar. It's ready to be merged with the reasoning why we are here. And since you may be new to this spiritual journey, or if you're not, this is still going to be beneficial for you, period. But I'm mostly regarding to people who never heard of what shadow work is. And what shadow work is the most enlightening journey that you can take, because it's, don't mind the background noise, you guys, I got a pup here. But what shadow integration is, shadow work is, period. I hate using the word work because it differentiates doing things we don't want to do. So this is why I call shadow integration, because it's integrating all parts of yourself, including the parts that we suppress and neglect, that have been gone through trauma that we are unaware of, being integrated in our being, so we can actually harness what power really is. And power is not just through love and light, because sometimes on the spiritual journey, we all can be just so lovey and so light and act like saints. But in reality, the spiritual journey is about people who've been to hell and they don't fear it. Unlike people who are just love and light, they fear hell. And hell is not a physical place. It's a mindset. It's an emotional mentality. It's a spiritual trap within your own vessel because you fear who you are. But since you have awakening, since you have started to realize, you know, there's more than what I've been taught, and you realize how you affect your reality and attract everything in your reality, you're probably wondering, how can I start unraveling what's so overwhelming that is keeping me in this state of stagnation? All right, now let's jump into why shadow work is important on the spiritual journey. The reason why shadow work is important because it helps you expose parts of yourself from your inner child and from your deep psyche that need healing to transmute negative behaviors and create generational healing. And this is why most people who are on the spiritual journey are usually the outcast of your family, because you hold a power most of people in your family can't handle. And that power requires you to heal generational curses that your ancestors no longer want to linger within your bloodline. So I'm not saying like this is a big thing to be pressured about, like it's your responsibility to heal your entire family. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you have been awakened because you've been chosen to have the power to be able to transmute what no longer serves your soul, yourself, and the next generation from you to come. So shadow work is one of the most authentic, enlightening journeys you can take. It requires vulnerability. It requires being honest with self. It requires you seeing the imperfect parts of yourself and realizing that they need work. They need love. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. They don't need work. They need love. The whole point of shadow work is to teach you how to love parts of yourself that have been abused by adolescents that make you neglect your power, your sovereignty, and your individuality. So shadow work helps you and find empowerment through your imperfections and loving self, period, and realizing how worthy your existence is and who you are is who you need to be. So now, I know I said at the beginning, for new beginners, how can you start integrating shadow work or integrating your shadow period through your chakra system? Well, a lot of us don't understand the chakra system is the meridian of the entire body. The meridian meaning that you're connected to spirits and spirits connected to your physicality, which makes up the whole essence of who you are. You have a huge bandwidth of frequency that creates an aura around you that is your energetic field. Within your energetic field creates your vibration. Your vibration is created through whatever energy your nervous system is holding. Your nervous system is literally made up of atoms, protons, electrons that formulate energy that creates life. So therefore, your own self, your own being holds its own frequency, its own energy, its own alignment to source. But being in this 3D reincarnation can cause us to create so many suppressed blockages within our chakra system that prevents us from seeing our truth, prevents us from speaking our truth, prevents us from feeling safe, prevents us from really feeling loved or desired in this world. And here's the thing, when your chakras are blocked, that affects your entire energetic field, and this is why you attract reoccurring things that don't serve you. It's because spiritually, energetically, there are some things you need to work on, and that's okay. But a lot of people aren't aware of this. This is why they stay in reoccurring patterns, because they're not willing to go within and realize what needs to be taken care of. So realizing that the chakra system makes up your physicality and your spirituality, in order for you to exist right now, it's important to make sure that the well-being of your spirit is taken care of. Because here's the thing, a lot of people don't understand physical ailments such as sickness, cancers, anxiety, stress, worry, overthinking, all of this, toxicities, tendencies, all of this is created because it comes from a spiritual ailment, meaning your spirit is tired, it's needing attention. The same way you cater to a loved one when they're hurting is the same way you need to do that for your soul, for yourself, for your internal world. But most people don't do the inner work, don't do the shadow work, because they neglect feeling. And we've been taught that. But here's the thing, if you're going to be on this journey, you got to take responsibility for your emotions, because emotions are energy in motion. Emotions make up your personality, and your personality makes up your personal reality. It's important to become aware of how you feel, and this is why shadow work is important, to make you recognize how blocked off you are to love and loving parts of yourself with no guilt and no shame. So for my beautiful beginners of how to start integrating shadow work through using the chakra system, the easiest way before you start finding your own rituals and own ways to do your healing. So let's start off with realizing, what is the chakra system? The chakra system pointing through the most important glands within your body. The chakra system is what helps you connect your spirit to the physical world. So now that each chakra stems to each important gland within the body, you got to understand the reason how we can be able to integrate shadow work through using the chakra system is because each chakra affects every area of our life. So let's get into how so. So the root chakra, starting at the pelvis, it stems from safety. Now it could be blocked because we lack safety and we lack trust and we lack feeling like we are taken care of or protected. But when the root chakra is healthy and open, it can allow us to feel safe. It can allow us to feel grounded and trust ourselves. Now, let's get into the next one, the sacral chakra. This chakra is the most blocked. Actually, the 3 lower chakras are the most blocked. The root chakra stems from who you place yourself in the world. Now, the sacral chakra is how you connect to people, yourself, your desires, and expression of your creativity and sexuality. The way that could be blocked is through trauma, sexual abuse, and through shame. But what is a healthy sacral? Is someone who's expressive, someone who allows themselves to go after their desires and actually feels connected to themselves and life. So let's get into the next one. Solar plexus. I didn't even realize. So the root is at the pelvis, and then the sacral is like above the belly button. And then the next one I'm about to talk about, the solar plexus, the color yellow. That is like at least like the middle of your abdomen. Like my word self, I'm not but the solar plexus chakra, I believe this is the most blocked off for majority of people in the world. And the reason because is that's where your willpower lies. The solar plexus really does help extend a lot of power into your physical reality. So that's where your willpower is, and that's where your confidence is as well, and believing in yourself. But the way it could be blocked by guilt. It could be blocked by, you know that saying, you don't have a backbone? Could be blocked by not having integrity or speaking up for yourself. But a healthy solar plexus is someone who goes after what they want, who believes in themselves, and who has determination to get what they want. So pretty much that's the manifestation chakra right there. So now let's get into the most important one. And the oddest one out of all the chakras, because you have 7 chakras, but you have 3 up top, 3 at the bottom, and you've got the odd one, which is the heart chakra, the color green. Now, I love the heart chakra because it holds way more neurons than the brain, meaning that the brain may be smart, but the heart is a lot smarter. The more we can open up our hearts and connect to our hearts, the more we connect to our truth and the love that created this universe, because love is the highest frequency of all. But how can the heart chakra block your blessings or good things coming in? It could be blocked by resentment. And when it's open, when it's healthy, you're able to forgive a lot easier. Now, let's get into the next one, the most simplest one. The throat chakra, the color blue, my favorite. And the reason it's my favorite is because it's an expression of your truth, but it could be blocked by lies. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, ain't that some shit? But this is the most blocked because a lot of people don't even want to speak up for themselves. Are you guys starting to see how the chakra system works? I'm going to get into how can you integrate shadow work once you understand the chakra system first. Now you got the throat chakra, could be blocked by lies. A healthy throat chakra is someone who's expressive and whose intellect is stern and willing to express what needs to be said regardless of how people take it. So someone who knows their truth. Now you got the next one, the most people talk about, and that is the third eye chakra. I consider it the first eye because that's where your intuition lies. Now, your third eye chakra could be blocked by illusions of false perspectives, judgment, hatred, only seen through the lens of your own trauma. But a healthy third eye is someone who trusts their intuition, listens to intuition, and also can see beyond what their physical senses can even do. So that is the third eye chakra. Now the last one, that is the crown chakra, right on top of your head, the color white. That connects you to the divine source that created you. A healthy crown chakra is someone who's connected to life and not attached. But it could be blocked by ego attachments. So having a hard time letting things go or thinking that things belong to you. So Now, how can you start integrating shadow work since you understand how the chakra system works? Well, let's get into it. The root chakra can affect our money. Yes. The sacral chakra can affect opportunities and how we create ourselves. The solar plexus affects our belief and trust within ourselves. Let me go back to the sacral real quick. The sacral chakra connects us to friendships, relationships, and family. So it stems from relationships. The root stems from security, stability. Solar plexus stems from belief in self. The heart stems from the love that you know you have, meaning that the expression of who you are. Now your throat chakra, oh, sorry, let me go back to the heart one. The heart is actually the place where blessings are able to be attracted to you. Now the throat chakra affects how you speak up for yourself and express yourself in this world. Your third eye chakra affects you trusting your path and your internal calling and your inner voice. And your crown chakra affects how you connect to the world and yourself. So how can you integrate shadow work now you know how the chakra system works? Let's start with the root chakra. What are your beliefs towards stability? Do you fear money? Do you fear stability? Do you feel like you're not safe? And how do you get down into that when it comes to shadow work? You face the biggest fears that you ever had. And you feel into it. And you feel it. You feel the intensity. The more you feel in each chakra, the more you're allowing your chakras to open up to expose what's not serving it so you can transmute it. So the root chakra stems from stability. Now, how can you start integrating shadow work through your sacral? Since the sacral is blocked by shame, have your parents shamed you? The people shame you for your sexuality, for how you look, for how you dress? Do you have a hard time connecting to relationships, to people, to trusting people? Have you been through sexual abuse? Have you been through certain things that caused you to think there's something wrong with you? Then that's the inner work that you will have to do. Now, how can you integrate shadow work through the solar plexus? Is by asking yourself. This is all about asking yourself. Your body, every single part of your body has its own consciousness. Your fingers, your nails, everything has its own consciousness. It can hear you. It wants to work with you. So working with your body, you helping you helps your body help you. The same way that saying that said, God can't help you till you help yourself. So that's the whole goal. So the solar plexus chakra, how can you integrate shadow work through that? Do you lack trusting in yourself? Do you not believe that you have the magic to create your own reality? Why is that? Where does that stem from? Where does that guilt of believing you don't deserve what you rightfully want in your heart, where does that come from? Does it come from your parents' opinions? Did it come from people shunning you that you thought you needed to trust into because they were your caretakers? It's all about questioning. It's all about questioning. Now, how can you integrate shadow work through the heart chakra? Who do you still resent? What pain are you still holding on to? Why do you fear love? Now, let's get into the throat chakra. Throat chakra. How can you integrate shadow work through the throat chakra? What makes you think your voice doesn't matter? Who told you that? Who told you that? When I was very young, I didn't know how to speak up for myself. Never. I'm 27 now. It took me to 21 years old to start speaking my truth. And that's literally when I started my YouTube channel. It took me 21 years old. Because I feared speaking my truth because I thought that I didn't deserve to be heard. See how integrating shadow work helps you recognize what is blocking you so you can recognize how to empower you? Now let's get into third eye chakra. Sorry about the background noise, you guys. He's eating right now. But how can you integrate shadow work through your third eye chakra? Well, what makes you not trust yourself, but you trust the outer world more? What makes you think your inner guidance is not more correct than people who don't even know you? Ooh, let's just be real. What makes you want to disconnect from this world because you're scared of yourself? No, what makes you want to disconnect from yourself because you're scared of who you are? Because you could get so attached to the outside world. And that's when we get into the crown chakra. How can you integrate shadow work through the crown chakra? is by recognizing what makes me disconnected from the truth that created me. And the best way to do this, by facing the fear of death. We got to recognize our biggest ego attachment is to this physicality, to this body, to this personality. Once you can find a way to detach from that through shadow work, through meditation, through analyzing, contemplating, then you'll recognize what you need to let go of and realizing that we're not here permanently. Now, why is it important to face the fear of death? Because like I said, we're not here permanently. So we have to learn to detach from this physical world, from the triggers, from the anger, from the beliefs, from all that we have been embedded to believe in and become. We have to face these parts of ourselves. So the reason why all of this is important is because you have to recognize that who you are, the reason why you feel stuck, the reason why you feel lost is because you created an identity from the pain that you experienced as a child and from the beliefs and the projections from other people that you thought are you and true. But when you do shadow work, you can unbind yourself from the lies that you've been told about you and recognize your truth and start merging with that. And here's the thing, you guys, before I let you go. This type of work is going to cause you to separate from what you're used to, hence your family, hence loved ones. I'm not saying that you need to diminish them from your life. What I'm saying is that when you start finding your truth, you start recognizing what's not good for you. And sometimes that could be family. Sometimes that could be the current lover, friends, mentality, way of being, behaviors, habits. It requires, shadow work requires you changing. Requires you seeing your truth, requires you seeing the pain that you made yourself believe this is who you are when it's not. So, beautiful beings, the easiest way that can help you start doing all of this, I will link this video up here. I'll show you right here, is the frame technique through using your chakra system. What this has helped me within my life, be able to connect more to my body, because sometimes the reason why a lot of us have spiritual awakenings is because we're tuning into our empathic powers. But people who are empaths are so connected to people outside of them, they are never in their body, they never feel safe. Because maybe in childhood, there was a part of them that felt like if I could connect to mom and dad and make them feel good, then and abandon myself, then I will feel safe. That's what we do in our adulthood. So this frame technique will teach you how to actually be more in your body, connect more to your chakras, and you'll be able to have more realizations, more epiphany, and an easier, more harmonious way of doing the shadow work. Shadow work is still not a pretty thing to do because you're crying, you're grieving, you're shedding, you're purging. But what I guarantee you will feel liberated. You will start realizing how beautiful, how powerful, how worthy you've been all along. And realizing everything you once believed in was not because of you. It was because of what you've been told about you that's never been true all along. So this frame technique would teach you looking at a candle flame and how to separate yourself from the candle flame, from others, from the world, so you can sit in your power and be more magnetic within your body. Because when someone can feel the energy within their body, they are present, they are grounded, they are magnetic. And therefore, they are not fearful of being in their body because they know who they are. This whole process is for you to feel more comfortable in your body, more comfortable in your being, and realizing how blessed you are to be you. So other than that, beautiful beings, that's all I want to share with you today. For new beginners, I really hope this was beneficial. I really hope you gain a lot of information out of this and you start creating your own rituals, and I really hope it does help. And if it does, let me know, how it goes for you. I would love to know your feedback of integrating all these ideas I shared with you today, and let me know about your own rituals. I would love to know. I'll write all of that down in the comment section below. But if you guys find this video so beneficial and helpful for your spiritual journey, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification button either. But other than that, beautiful beings, I love you so much, and I really, really send you nothing but love and blessings.